6 numbers just changed your life, and the next 60 seconds decide if you keep it or lose it all. Most lottery winners aren't broke again because of bad luck. They're broke again because of what they did in the first week. This actually happens over and over to real people. And almost every single time, it's the same 12 mistakes. 12. Do nothing first. Marisol Fuentes won $4.1 million and spent the first hour calling friends, posting online, and browsing car dealerships. She barely remembers any of it. That's adrenaline, not judgment. Psychologists compare it to mild shock, the same fog people describe after a car accident. Do nothing for 24 hours. No calls, no posts, no purchases. Recheck your numbers calmly the next morning on the official lottery site, not a screenshot someone sent you. The jackpot isn't going anywhere. Your judgment just needs time to catch up. 11. Protect the ticket like it's the only copy of your life savings. Owen Pratt kept his ticket in his truck's cup holder for 2 days, just to look at it every time he got in. A rainstorm nearly destroyed it overnight, and only luck kept the numbers legible under the water damage. Photograph both sides immediately in good light, before anything else happens to it. Then lock the original in a safe or bank deposit box. Not your wallet, not your car, not your kitchen counter. Most states won't reissue a damaged ticket, no matter how good your photo is, and no ticket means no claim. 10. Tell absolutely no one, not even the people you trust most. Simone Ashabi Ward told her sister in confidence the same night she won. Her sister told her husband also in confidence. By the weekend, 11 relatives she hadn't spoken to in years were calling. One leak has no undo button. It doesn't matter how much you trust the first person, it matters how many people are in the chain by Friday. Stay silent until legal protection is actually in place. Inbad, hire a lawyer before you do anything else. Desmond Vale got a call 2 days after claiming from a financial advisor who somehow already knew his name and the exact amount he'd won. He nearly signed paperwork on the spot, until a friend suggested he call an actual attorney first. That one call caught 2 clauses buried in the fine print that would have cost him tens of thousands. A lawyer's only job is protecting you before you've invested, signed, or trusted anyone who found your number faster than they should have. 8 stores open a separate account before the money lands. One winner deposited his entire payout into his everyday checking account, the one linked to his debit card and every app on his phone. Within a month, he couldn't tell impulse spending from real spending. The money just felt like balance, the same number he'd check before buying coffee. Open a new, separate account first, one you don't touch daily, and only move what you actually plan to spend that month into your normal account. Everything else stays untouched until your team is in place and you've had time to think clearly about what any of this actually means. 7. Build the rest of your team in the right order. Renata Kowalczyk assumed winning money meant she'd automatically know how to manage it, that the knowledge would just arrive along with the check. It didn't, and she was the first to admit it, laughing about it now. With her lawyer's help, she brought on a CPA for taxes first, then a fee-only planner for long-term strategy. In that order, deliberately, never whoever called fastest or promised the most. None of them promised to make her richer overnight, and she says that was the first sign she'd picked the right ones. Their entire job was making sure she kept what she'd already won. Course, don't quit your job the same week. Julian Marchetti texted his manager, "I quit. I won the lottery," the next morning, spelling mistakes included, before his coffee had even finished brewing. 6 weeks later, once taxes and the actual payout structure became clear, and once the novelty had worn thinner than he expected, he quietly asked for his old route back. It was already gone. Someone else had taken it. Financial freedom isn't something you have to act on immediately. It's something that gives you the luxury of deciding slowly, for the first time in your life, without the pressure of proving anything to anyone. One-fied. Don't decide lump sum versus annuity in the first week. Ingrid Solberg took the lump sum within 4 days because waiting felt pointless, and the annuity number looked smaller than the one she'd been imagining. She later learned from an accountant she hired afterward that an annuity would have kept her in a lower tax bracket for decades and paid out more over her lifetime. Neither option is automatically smarter. A lump sum gives you control now. An annuity gives you structure and protection for 30 years, and the right answer genuinely depends on your age, your discipline, and your state's tax rules. The only mistake is deciding before you've run both numbers with a real accountant who has no incentive either way. 4. Set boundaries before anyone asks for money. The moment your name is even rumored to be attached to a win, requests start. A cousin's rent, a friend's business idea, a stranger's GoFundMe, an old classmate who suddenly remembers you fondly. Decide your answer in advance with your lawyer before the first ask ever comes. So, you're not improvising an answer to someone's face in the moment. Winners who improvise their answers almost always regret what they agreed to, because saying yes once quietly becomes the expectation every time after. And unwinding a promise is far harder than never making one. 3. Don't let your spending catch up with your bank account. Cassius Boone upgraded his truck, his house, and his vacations within 4 months. Nothing felt excessive at the time, each purchase smaller than what he could technically afford. It wasn't one big splurge that hurt him. It was his new baseline quietly becoming permanent. Freeze every major purchase for 90 days before committing to it, and let your emotions catch up to your new reality before your spending does. They know the real number, not the headline number. Delphine Okafor started planning her life around the 310 million headline the moment it hit the news, mentally spending money she hadn't actually seen yet. What actually landed in her account, after the cash value discount and federal taxes, was closer to 1/3 of that. And she'd already made 2 verbal promises to family based on the wrong number before she ever saw a real statement. The smartest winners never ask, "How much did I win?" They ask, "How much can I actually spend?" And they wait for a professional to answer that, not a news headline built for clicks. C1. Guard your privacy above everything else. Wesley Thornberry is the one name on this list you won't find anywhere online. On purpose, by design, from the very first day. His state allowed anonymous claiming through a trust, and his attorney had it drafted and ready before he ever walked into a lottery office. No press release, no local news segment, no photo op with an oversized check. He updated his passwords the same week, locked down his social media, and told people around him only what they needed to know. Every other mistake on this list can be recovered from, given enough time and money. Losing your privacy usually can't. And it's the one thing scammers specifically look for the moment your name goes public.